Hello everyone, I am coming to you live and late, and I'm sorry. I usually use an app to do this so I can post it on YouTube as well, but today the app is not working, so I'm not going to be able to answer any comments, which is the whole reason why I got the app, and also restream it so I don't have to repost it. But in any event, if you have a comment, that just means please leave it and I will respond to it after. This is a meditation anyway, so there's not a lot of responding to comments while we're in it. My name is Shanna. Welcome. I am a yoga teacher, meditation teacher, hypnotist, as well as a soul coach, a tarot reader, and as of late, a Reiki master. So, welcome. I am just happy that if you're seeing this and you're one of the people like myself that has snowed in the Northeast, that you're safe, that you are able to get out if you need to, and that you have all the things that you need to get you through the next 24 hours while the roads are still kind of dangerous. So this is a kind of last minute meditation because I honestly didn't think I would be able to do it, but my husband is not going to work, so he was able to watch my little guy because of course there's no school here in New York. And I think it's kind of interesting. We're going to work with the first quarter waxing Gibson moon in Taurus today. And I am choosing that energy because we also have kind of a major shift happening where Neptune is now moving into Aries. And so that's a big change, and it's going to be in Aries. It's been in Pisces, but now it's going to be in Aries for, I believe, nearly 20 years, at least 16. I have to double check on that. But it's going to be there for a while. And what that means is that the part of our collective consciousness, the outer planets, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, Pluto, kind of rule the collective consciousness. The collective consciousness is going to be the collective consciousness subconscious, because Neptune is kind of in charge of our subconscious and our creativity and our intuition and all of the very watery ideas and concepts for the human psyche. Concepts that water signs embody, particularly Pisces, because it's ruled by Neptune. And that's moving into Aries, which is our warrior sign. So the subconscious is going into warrior mode. And that's really interesting. Very interesting. So this morning I woke up and my son had gotten up in the middle of the night and, like a little warrior, destroyed everything in my bathroom and my bed, which is unmade. I usually like to make it in the morning, but it's unmade because I have to take all the sheets off, and because there's lipstick all over my sheets, and particularly got into my makeup. And I thought it was really interesting because makeup is like our outer facade, and then it's like what's going on inside of us is like we put up this front, and the world doesn't always see what's going on inside of us. So I thought it was interesting that the tools that make my outer image, my the face that I show the world, were destroyed this morning by this little warrior. So that's how I woke up, to understand Neptune and Aries, moving into Aries today. And if you've had an experience like that, then Neptune is just reaching out to you to say hello and to welcome you to this new this new phase of being. In that being said, I am going to, I wrote this little meditation. It's about 5 to 7 minutes, and it is on the first quarter moon in Taurus. And I think it's pretty interesting because here we're in Aquarian season, and that's the season of strong humanitarian efforts, as we might be seeing these days, of innovation, of rebellion when things are unjust. And so there's that sense that there is some injustice happening in the world. Many of us are feeling that. And so in Taurus, we have a little bit more of a steady energy. So we'll have like a little bit more of like a calming energy within that larger, I love you, but let's change this shit energy going on. The Gibson moon, the waxing Gibson moon, is where we take a pause and look back on the intentions that we set on the new moon, which was on the 18th, and kind of investigate how far we've come in that progress. Okay, we're headed towards this, but are we close? Are we further than we need to be from our intention that we set on the 18th? And if you don't remember the intention that you set on the 18th, think of an intention that you have been working with. We all have intentions, right? We might not even name them as intentions. We might name them as goals or desires or needs or wants, right? You can name it whatever you want, but it's something that keeps coming up in your life, something that keeps you waking up at night, that keeps you, putting on your clothes and going to work, right? All of these things are our intentions for our lives, our dreams, our passions. So how far have you gotten on your journey towards that thing? And if it's really far, congratulations. If it's not that far, that's fine too. But Taurus kind of lets us, gives us a little pat on the back to say, we're going to get there even if we get there slowly, right? Taurus is that energy of like, it's like, I love thinking of Taurus. I know that it's the bull, but I kind of think of it as like an elephant. I love elephants, maybe that's why. And they just move really slowly, but they're so loving and caring and like, we're going to do this thing and we're going to do it. And when we do it, we're going to make big footprints. So we did it, right? So that's the kind of, and elephants are very family orientated. Like Taurus is a very family orientated sign. So there's all of that. Oh, hi, Mary. How are you? So that's the kind of energy that we're having right now. It doesn't last very long. It's kind of like a little flicker. It's about 24 to 48 hours that we get the moon changes, consistently through its 28-day cycle. But that's what we're in right now. But the first quarter moon, it tends to be, other than the full and the new moon, the first quarter and the last quarter tend to be the stronger energies of the 8 moons. There's 8 phases in the moon cycle. So those two tend to be stronger than the other ones. So let's take a little meditation. So if you are able to lay down, you can lay down as long as you don't fall asleep, although it's not so terrible if you fall asleep on a day like today. It's not really meditating, but it might bring you some solace. So lay down or sit up in a comfortable place and just try to get your back as straight as possible and just allow your shoulders to drop, allow your muscles to relax, your jaw to unclench, your eyes to kind of sink back. If you can close your eyes, please do, because it's kind of makes the meditation a little bit more a little bit more grounding when we close our eyes, right? So not so many distractions. And take a few deep breaths, just slow, deep breaths, allowing the weight of the world to kind of subside for the moment, getting beyond the headlines and the news and then all of the things on our to-do list, and just coming back to our own body, to our own breath, allowing ourselves to fully be present right here, right now. And noticing. Taurus is a very sensual sign. So in the next day or two, you might feel your senses kind of ignite a little bit more than they usually do. And just notice how your senses feel right now. Do you notice the temperature on your skin? Do you notice any sensations in your mouth? Can you feel your breath entering into your lungs and raising up your chest, and then slowly exhaling and softening all the muscles in your chest and ribs? And just take this time to set an affirmation. I am grounded in my body. I am safe in this moment. The earth supports me fully. And visualize a seed being planted in rich soil. And this represents our new moon intentions, the new moon intentions that we'd set. And see this seed just slowly starting to grow, slowly starting to sprout underneath the surface. Not rushing, not forcing. And allow yourself to trust that that seed is taking root, even if it's very slowly. There's a deliberate growth happening right now in your life because you did take that step. And affirm to yourself, I honor the power of slow and steady progress. Each step I take builds on the last step and is building the foundation of my dreams. Taking a deep breath in, allowing the breath to fill you up, and allowing patience to settle in as you slowly exhale. And affirming to yourself, I trust divine timing. I'm moving forward with presence, not pressure. And take a moment to bring to mind all of the areas in your life where you cultivate security. Your home, your finances, your relationships, even your inner safety. Just see yourself in all these areas and the steps that you've taken to make sure they're in good care. You are worthy of stability, support, and comfort in all of these areas, and just trust that. Affirm, I am building a foundation of security that supports my highest good. I deserve comfort, abundance, and peace. I take practical steps towards my goals with confidence and clarity. My actions are aligned with my values. Now imagine yourself enjoying your favorite meal, a meal that brings you complete and total happiness, your favorite foods. And with this wonderful meal, just notice every texture of each food, the smells, the taste, how they're presented on the plate, how they look, the colors. Allow yourself to truly enjoy this and know that you're worthy of all these simple pleasures. Take a moment to affirm, I honor my body and my senses. I find joy in the simple pleasures. I am worthy of comfort and beauty. And now know that even as you build stability, life is always evolving. Sometimes not the way we want it to, but it's still evolving, so there may be obstacles, but that's okay. That's part of the process. Imagine yourself now as a beautiful oak tree with the roots deep, deep into the earth, anchoring you, strengthening you. And your core, your trunk is so strong, so strong. And even as your branches sway in the breeze and the wind, you are stable. You are adaptable. Affirm, I am rooted in what matters most. I remain steady when life asks me to stretch and to grow. I'm flexible within my stability. I trust myself to navigate with grace. And just take a moment to feel the energy of the first quarter moon within you. You can even see that half moon illuminating within. Half is illuminated and half is shadow. So there's still some things we don't know, some things that might not work out the way we want them to. But with the brightness, with the light, we can find our way. Remembering this is a time of balance, of both action and of rest, of effort and of ease. Take a moment to affirm, I am in harmony with the natural rhythms of growth. I act when it's time to act. I rest when it's time to rest. My dreams are taking form in the physical world. I am manifesting with patience, persistence, and trust. Let's take 3 more deep, nourishing breaths. In through the nose, maybe out through the nose, or maybe even a sigh out through your lips. Let all of that resonate deeply in your body, knowing that when you come to these meditations and set these intentions, the more we align with our higher path, with our oopsie, somehow this is, sorry about that. When we align with our higher path, we are connecting to our divine self, our higher self, our spirit, our super soul. And they take care of a lot of this for us. So just trust. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to open your eyes. Know that today is a day of grounding. Today is a day of trusting. Today is a day of patience. allow yourself that. If you join me today, I'd love to hear how this meditation landed for you. If you have any thoughts, any ideas, any concepts, or anything that you like to share, I'd love to hear. I would also love to hear any suggestions that you may have. If you want a meditation on a specific topic or a visualization, please let me know. I will create it. Until next Monday, have a blessed and beautiful day. Oh, bye, Kelly. Bye, Kelly. Be safe, everyone.